Hello and welcome to It's About Youth. I'm your host, Fana Sheh. Now, Chinese New Year just wrapped up. Raya holidays is also coming in the next few weeks, and the amount of cars have been greater and greater on the road. Now, with all that in mind, we have with us today Ammar Anas, a content creator who has been advocating for road safety. Thank you so much for joining us, Ammar.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Right, awesome. I have seen your videos, and your videos have been highlighting not just potholes, but also infrastructure problems and people driving recklessly and people merging irresponsibly. So it's been quite refreshing seeing young people out there advocating for this stuff. So let's start there. What inspires you to do what you do? Or maybe a little bit of introduction to what you do as well to the audience at home.
Oh, sure. So I started driving for dummies about 3 years ago. It's more of a self-reflection actually. So because like you and I, we always go to work every day, right? And we use the road. And most of the times we can observe there are a lot of people who sometimes run a red light, sometimes not following the rules of the traffic, right? And that somehow reflected me. And it kind of inspires me why we should follow the traffic rules and things like that. And then I will somehow complain to myself. But complaining itself doesn't really do much. So I will try to convert that complaints into short videos so that people can relate to it. And then probably from there, they can discuss so that we can be better drivers on the road.
Right. Was there a specific moment that pushed you into this kind of space? Because I'm pretty sure for a lot of us, we get involved with angry drivers sometimes or road rage sometimes. Was there a specific moment for you that makes you decide like, yes, I want to do this?
Yeah, there's a lot of moments actually. So I'll just pick one. I observe that there's a lot of people who are tailgating very dangerously, especially on the highway and on the rightmost lane. And they are going way over the speed limit. At the same time, they are so close to each other that one brake can actually make something bad happen, like an accident, like a chain reaction to 5 or 6 more cars, something like that, right? So that's actually, I covered that topic to make a safe distance between the car in front of you, which is applying the 2-second rule. So that's one of the videos that I made.
Yeah, and not many people are aware of this kind of thing. It's very menial. It's very, people don't really tend to think about it so much when they're driving, because usually people just want to go somewhere really fast.
Exactly.
But tailgating can be a serious issue when there's an accident. So yeah, definitely something that needs highlighting. So okay, what has been, when you speak to young people, because I think your audience are mostly, on TikTok, on social media, where young people are abundant.
Yeah.
When you talk about, to young people about road safety, what is the most common reaction you get?
Most of the times they said like, "Abang, can you make this video?" And sometimes they they request me to make different videos like, hey, what video run about, how to signal properly, and a lot of times that they can relate to what I am trying to raise the issue about. For example, merging into traffic. Most of the time they will say like, they encounter drivers merging without signaling or maybe too slow, causing traffic from the main road. So there's a lot of people that can relate to what I was trying to raise the issue about.
I mean, it's interesting because, a lot of these younger people, they just got their license and then they went into the road not knowing that other people are driving like this. So sometimes even when you are cautious, but other people are not. And these people are usually the ones that have been driving for a long time already. So it's interesting that young people are actually asking you to make this kind of videos so that, we can everyone sort of know how to properly merge,
Yeah.
how to properly, go about the roundabout, for example?
I think it's because we are in the age of information. Like you can get information by the tip of your hands. You can. So nowadays we can like use AI to ask questions and things like that. So it's easier for the younger generations to get information compared to the past few decades. Sometimes I can probably relate to myself. 10 years ago, how do you use how do you use the roundabout properly? Even though I've taken my license during that time, right? But I did not get the opportunity to learn how to use roundabout at the driving school because there was no roundabout at that time. So I can only apply when I'm already having my license
Yeah.
and practice on the real world where
Yeah,
there's a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of good drivers and bad drivers on the road. So it's either you get lucky or not
Yeah.
to learn safely.
I mean, even when we do the test, for example, the driving test, if we fail the first time, we can take it again.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, I'm one of those people. And also, it's all theoretical, like you said. Like you learn, to go around a square perimeter, and then at the same time, you have some theory that you need to sort of,
Correct.
jot down. But once you're in the real world, you suddenly realize that, hey, not a lot of
Good
people
for this,
are
yeah.
following the rules,
Yeah,
actually, right? Yeah, interesting. So, okay. So some people complain, but complain, document, and post, I would
Yeah.
say. So what makes you decide to take action publicly? Do you see yourself as an activist or like a watchdog, or are you just a concerned citizen?
More of a concerned citizen, I would say, because I'm more inclining for the youth to watch my videos, right?
Right.
I'm like an abang for them to ask around. So abang, hey, can you make a video on roundabout, for example? So okay, let me do that for you. So this is how you drive, and I put it in a very organized manner where I put myself in their shoes, right? How I as a new driver want to go through roundabout. So the video I made is just step by step and very easy to understand, and it's short. It's like just 1 minute or 2 minutes video, so that because nowadays our attention span can quite low, kan? So 1 minute, 2 minutes, 2 minutes should be the maximum.
Right. Okay. So based on your experience on the ground, and I'm pretty sure you out of all people would be more hyper aware of the kind of drivers there are outside. I mean I drive as well, but because you are making content out of it, so I'm pretty sure you're more hyper aware.
Yeah, correct.
What are the top 3, let's say, risky behaviors that drivers these days are doing?
Just recently, just now, I just saw a driver using a mobile phone holder, watching TikTok and then scrolling through it while driving. Yeah, so that's
so one hand on the steering wheel and one hand.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yes,
Okay.
and before I saw the driver, right, I was behind him, and then I can see that the car was driving like left and right, and almost going over someone else's lane. So I went ahead a bit faster just to see what's going on, right? Whether this guy is sleeping or something like that. And then I saw a finger just scrolling through his phone. So that's one of the common things that I saw that is dangerous on the road, lah.
Right. Any others? Another 2 maybe?
Another
examples?
2. So another one is maybe a bit different. The awareness of pedestrian rights on pedestrian crossing, right? Not a lot of people are aware on the rules of zebra crossing, because there are there's yellow zebra crossing, there's white zebra crossing. So people get confused who should stop first, and whether pedestrians have the right of way or not. So normally, when there is a traffic light for pedestrians, usually the zebra crossing will be yellow. So by right, pedestrians have to follow the traffic light, lah. But sometimes when the traffic light gets flashing yellow amber. For the cars, they will think that, oh, I need to slow down, and when there's pedestrians, I can just go through, speed through, right? And but by right, when it's flashing yellow amber, the driver should drive with caution and slow down. And when there's a zebra crossing and someone is waiting, they should yield for the pedestrian. But that's not the case in Malaysia most of the time.
I mean, these are, I would say, basic information that you should know already when you take your driving license. But I think a lot of people just don't follow them, right?
Probably not aware or
not aware or forgotten or just tak ambil pot. Right? Yeah, I mean, definitely I feel that, you know, even though this thing is as simple as, you know, stopping for pedestrian, people don't really care for it, and people just, you know, go about their day not caring about this, right? So it's interesting that, you know, you take the time to actually educate people and telling people like, hey, there's different types, when you're supposed to stop, even like between cars, if it's not pedestrian, like sometimes there's this car's right away, or this car is supposed to be this car's lane instead of the other. So yeah, I mean, definitely I have to look at your videos more, I feel. Right. Okay. So we talked about risky behaviors when it comes to people driving on the road. But then from your videos, we also realized that road safety transcends that. It's also about systems and infrastructure, right? So do you think we underestimate actually how much systems and infrastructure contributes to accidents or negligence? Can you share some examples of that? You've highlighted that a lot in your videos, actually.
Yeah, one of the flaws that I can see in some of the infrastructure is how the road is being designed. Like, for example, I can say a merging lane through the highway. The length of the merging lane is too short in certain areas, like in a highway, or maybe even a normal federal road. So that doesn't give enough space or time for drivers to merge into the main road, and because of that, they just like ram through. Like, I'm gonna turn now, so good luck everybody behind. And most of the drivers on the main road had to brake abruptly for the merging drivers. But it can also create an accident when people are not aware, or maybe not considerate enough to give way for the merging drivers.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just road planning, right? I mean, you have to be able to plan for space when it comes to turning. But you also highlighted potholes, for example, and involved police as well in your efforts, right? And potholes, you know, it's easy to take care of, I would say, if people have the time, you know, if authorities take time, invest time to mend it. But there's a lot of them out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it takes people like you to highlight them as well.
Yeah, that's a bit sad, to be honest, because we all use the road. I mean, people from all kinds of departments also, or for that specific department also use the road, right? So a lot of people also wondering, why are they not taking this seriously? Because a lot of potholes are really, really uneven. They are either too deep or too high on from the surface, right? That could really potentially create an accident, or maybe take someone else's life. Or probably it has already, right?
Not to mention when it's raining as well.
Exactly, yeah. So when it's deep and it's raining, so it's gonna be flooded with water again, so you cannot see whether it's deep or not. So most of the time, riders will pose the highest risk lah.
Yeah, definitely. Right, we've discussed some of the issues we have on the road, be it infrastructure, systems, or even drivers themselves. We're gonna discuss a little bit more about solutions, but right after this break. Hello and welcome back to It's About Youth. Today I'm joined by Ammar Anas from his TikTok account, Driving for Dummies. He has been advocating for road safety, highlighting the different issues faced by road users, be it infrastructure, systems, or even, reckless drivers themselves. So we've discussed in the first half about some of the issues that persist. Now let's talk about solutions or the way forward per se. Okay, we talk about systems infrastructure just now. Do you think when it comes to accountability, does it become more of a government issue, or is it, a community issue? Who holds accountability here to make sure that, people on the roads are safe?
Well, in my opinion, I really think that the community can also be part of the solutions because the government or maybe the authorities might not have enough resources. So that's why I can vouch for JKR and also JPJ, for example, creating an app for the community to report whatever issue that they are facing to help them to help us. So that's a good initiative from them lah. So from the community, so I think JKR have created an app called My Jalan and also Response Rakyat. So that's for us to report whatever issues that we have, like potholes, traffic light not working. So you can report through that app. So I believe that when everyone play their role to make sure that the infrastructure is well maintained and then report whatever issues that they see, can actually help the road to become a better and safer place to drive on lah.
Right. Right, okay. So that's on systems and infrastructure and, having accountability not just, on authorities but also community. But if you talk about youth, for example, why do you think, Malaysian youth especially still flout traffic rules if even when they know there are risks involved, and how do we actually ensure that they don't?
Sorry.
So, we talk about systems and infrastructure just now, but if you talk about drivers, for example, especially young drivers, this is a show called It's About Youth. Why do you think Malaysian young drivers still flout the rules, even though they know that there are risks involved, and how do we ensure that they are able to understand this risk?
They probably learn through other people because they see they learn what they see sometimes, right? And then most of the times, what they see are people who flout the rules. So they follow because they think that's the normal thing to do here. So that's why I think they flout the rules. And but not many actually are like that. They are willing to learn. They are willing to ask themselves whether are they doing this right. So they go on to search for information, and then I found out about Driving for Dummies, and then that's where they ask questions whether how do I do this and how do I do that.
So do you think it's a lack of information that is driving young drivers who may not know certain rules or are unaware of the risks?
To be honest, I do see a lot of information out there, but they are probably not wrapped in a good way for the younger generations to follow. And it seems that what I do now is making short form videos so they are able to follow, because it's just simple words and then really good I would say visualization to show the exact example. So through that that gives a better impact rather than just like a poster or something like that.
Right, yeah, because you see a lot of posters like JKR or authorities would post, especially near festive season, make sure you have your touch and go ready, make sure, this is the amount of accidents that happen every year. But I think young people is harder to digest. And I think explainer videos such as yourself that is clearly outline and clearly show visual-wise, everything. I think that's the way to go to appeal to
Yeah, I think
younger
so too.
drivers.
So that will make the younger drivers to remember better than just a poster, because posters, I don't even remember what poster safety things that JPJ posted or something like that, right? So through videos, you will remember a bit better.
I mean, not to mention news as well, right? Because I'm in the news industry and we report accidents as well daily, because they happen daily. I don't think, you know, even with the amount of reporting that we do when it comes to accident, there are still more every year.
Yes.
So, you know, maybe the way to solve them is, you know, an innovative solution, like such as yourself, you know, looking at it from a young driver point of view. How do we navigate the road safely?
Right.
Because I think for the most part, sometimes it's not you, sometimes it's other drivers.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. So talking about that, what practical steps do you think can young Malaysians take to improve the road culture here in Malaysia?
Not rushing everything lah. Like everything is an emergency, because that's why I observe a lot of times even my closest friends or family pun, they tend to rush on the road for almost nothing, because sometimes when we do arrive earlier pun, we have too much time. We don't do anything that much pun. I mean, most of the time it's not an emergency. It's not a real emergency that they have to rush, drive over the speed limit, and potentially create a road rage just because they drive recklessly through speeding, things like that. So before we even drive, we need to realize that it's better to arrive safe than fast. I think it's more of a mindset lah, especially when you are behind the wheel. You are actually controlling a big metal heavy machine, and it can also potentially take lives from it. So you really have to be responsible with driving. So it's just a matter of your own mindset lah.
I mean, as simple as just slow down lah.
As simple as that, yes.
Just slow down. I think that alone can probably improve maybe a quarter of the problems that we have, right? Because most of the accidents happen, you know, when you're driving too fast or you're driving in the rain and you skid and you'll hit something. Yeah. So I think, yeah, as practical as this may sound, just slow down. Right. We have a bit of time left. I wanted to ask you, because you are a proponent of this, you are a promoter of road safety, and we are starting young. Do you think that road safety should be included in civic education?
Oh, yes, please. Because, about civic education, I remember studying that during my primary school or secondary, I'm not sure. But that's like my favorite subject during school. But most of the time when it's almost exam season, some teachers would use the time slot for civic and replace it with, for example, mathematics or BM. And I understand that, but it kind of shows, giving me the impression that civic is not really that important. You should study BM more than civic. So that gives an impression that civic is not really that being important lah. So maybe we can revive civic education again, and probably put that road education into civic, because everybody use the road. Like all demographics, from the day you were born until you will die, you will be in Benjinazahan, for example. So all demographics will be using the road. So it shows that how important it is to have this kind of education, so that we can reduce accidents, deaths on the road.
I mean, of course, all of us only take our driving license after SPM, but I think starting them young means that you have more pedestrians who are young and aware of when to cross, you know, what not to use, or can remind their parents, for example. So I think it's important as well to make sure that, you know, road safety is ingrained in us at such an early age. And probably make civic education a bit more important, right? And a bit more, you know, impactful syllabus. So yeah, it's good that I have a advocator such as yourself. We can advocate for this. Right, okay. So I'm down to my last question. I want to ask reflective questions to you. What would a truly safe Malaysian road look like to you?
Oh, a road that everyone is considerate, everyone is well educated, well prepared, well equipped with the road rules, and everyone is just more to smiling to each other, even though we can't really see each other on the road, but we can see the good in people through their actions on the road lah. For example, giving enough space for people to merge, and then anticipating what's going to happen with the cars around you. For example, we can see like on the right lane, maybe on the left lane, there's a lorry slowing down, and then the car is trying to change lanes because the lorry in front of him or her is slowing down. So we can anticipate that the car wants to change lane to the middle, for example. So we can either speed up just to make sure that they have space behind, or we can slow down so that they have space in front, things like that.
Right. So just being considerate.
And better anticipation.
Right. Okay. I mean, you have outlined all of this in your videos. I've seen them, and they are very good refresher for those who have been driving for a while, and also for young people who just started driving. So we thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
And you know, all of us here are just trying to make Malaysia a better place to live in, and Malaysian roads a lot safer. So yeah, I think that's all the time we have. Thank you so much, Ammar, for your insights, and as well as for all the videos of teaching our Malaysian youths to drive more safely, and you know, and ensuring that, especially festive season is coming as well, so we have to be more on the lookout, be a bit more safe. And I guess just slow down and be a bit more considerate. I think that's the message that we can get out of this. Right. That's all the time we have. Thank you so much, everyone at home. I'm Fana Shea. Thank you for watching.